All right, guys. So Brian Macris here, and I got Cam Pollock.
Hey, guys.
And we're going to chat a little bit about one of our success stories with one of the customers. So Cam and I sit shoulder to shoulder pretty much all day, every single day, Monday through Friday, and then available on weekends 24/7. And we had a customer, and sometimes customers come and their credit can be a little bumped to bruise. What's the lowest score you've seen so far?
The lowest score is 559. We actually just pulled that the other day.
Yeah, 559. So, hey, we don't judge, all right? First of all, my scores have been in the tank before, and I've had to build them up. They're great right now, but it doesn't mean that I'm superior to anybody. My goal here is to coach you on the path to get in the home, and that's our mindset and how we work is, hey, listen, this is where we are. It's not the end. It's the beginning of the process. And tell us a little bit about Rapid Rescore and how we use it.
Yeah, so as soon as we pull credit, we see a full credit report, and there's 3 credit bureaus, Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, and what they do is they'll say, hey, you can boost it up 10 points, you can boost it up 80 points, and it gives us ways to actually do it other than, keeping your balance at 30% of the limit and all the regular pay your stuff on time, all that good stuff. It gives us more in-depth knowledge on their credit report and see how we can boost it. And all we have to do is click a box, coach the customer how to do it, whether it's 30, 60, 90 days, whatever the case is on the path, we do it, we coach them how to do it, and then we just repull again and we can use that new credit report. It's pretty simple.
It is. It's pretty simple, and a lot of times it can be fast. Now, not always going from a 550 to a 700, but the case study that we spoke about in the class that Cameron and I taught yesterday, we had a customer that came in with a 550 credit score, and it took 60 days, okay? Not overnight, but it took 60 days, and they went to a 703, which then made them eligible to actually buy a house and close. And they were moving from the Seattle area, didn't want to sell their home, and then have to go into an apartment for 6 months to clear a bunch of debt. And for them, really, they had perfect payment history. The challenge that we had with that particular customer is they had like 19 trade lines. And I almost think and I said this in the class, that every time they walked into Old Navy, to Macy's, to, I don't know if JCPenney's still open, but any one of those stores, they would say, oh, hey, you'd save 10% if you open up a credit card today. And I think the answer for them was, okay, I'll save 10%. But then each card ended up getting a balance and a higher balance and a higher balance. And then you had 19 different accounts that had $800, $300, $1,900, $2,200, $3,000, and everything totaled up to about 40 grand. Now, this customer wanted to just move right into a house when they moved from Seattle to here. And in this case study, which is completely true, it's a local real estate agent here in the market. She said they've been denied everywhere. Nobody will even talk to them. And I said, let me look at it. So Cam and I turned around, we looked at it, and we like, all right, well, they got a perfect payment history. They just have a ton of debt.
Which is not the end of the world.
Not the end of the world. And even if they had late payments, it's still not the end of the world. So what we basically did, and all their cash that they have was actually tied up inside of their home. So they couldn't get the money out of the house until they sold. So I asked him, I said, well, do you have a 401k you stated here on the application? I said, how much is in there right now? He's like, about 150 grand. I said, okay. Can you grab 40 of it? Can you grab 45 of it? And the guy's like, yeah, I can. I can pull out 45 grand. I said, do it as a loan so there's no penalties. You can pay yourself back. We're going to clear all of these debts, and then we're going to see your scores jump up. You're going to do a 60-ish day closing on the home that you're selling. So then when you get your cash, you can move here and we can close and buy that perfect home. Their scores went from 550 to 703 in about 60 something days, 62, 65 days. They closed on the purchase, again, turning a no into a yes. Not all mortgage companies are created equally. Not all loan officers are created equally. Yeah. The work ethic, the skill set, the creativity, the mindset, it's different with everyone. So if you're not getting the answers that you want out there, call Cam, call me, call us. We're a team. We will help you get on track. Now, your track could be 6 months out. It could be 8 months out. It could be 2 weeks out. Sometimes people just need the guidance and the direction and the path, and then they can get there. So give us a call. I mean, This is what we do. And
I mean, for example, I just had a client who we pulled credit and only one populated because he didn't have credit history, even though he was saying that. But that's okay because, we just add as authorized user. It takes 14 business days. That's 2 weeks, and now he has credit. Now he can go buy.
So he added the customer onto a mother's
perfect credit, 800. So we pulled again in 2 weeks, and now he's eligible to buy.
It's creating an established history being on that card, very outside of the box, outstanding information right there. Here's a customer that everyone else is going to say no to, and we're going to turn around and say yes and get them into a home.
Some people don't want to do the work behind the scenes and actually coach the customer to.
Yeah, they'll
buy a
see
house.
they'll see a one trade line and a 580 credit score, and they'll say, "Hey, see ya," and we're like, "Whoa. This is a path to ownership, and that path sometimes has speed bumps and has a pothole here and there, and this is the direction we've got to go to get them there."
100%.
So, to learn more about financing, to learn more about buying your home, to learn more about investment properties,
Any process about the home buying process.
call Cameron,
Yeah, call
call
us.
myself. That's why we're here, man. Talk to you guys soon.
See ya.
See ya.